I'm joined today on Primetime Local News with local artist Brandy Hofer. She's well known in the community, but Brandy, for those who don't know you, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
So I'm actually, I was born and raised in Lloydminster. And then I went off to Red Deer to their college, to their fine arts program, and then transferred to NSCAD University in Halifax. So I actually decided to come home after being away for a while and doing some traveling and be close to family, which was really, really great. And then my partner and I just started our lives here and raised our family here. And so making being an artist here work.
All right, so now it's time to move on to the big news that we're here to talk about. Next month, you and some of your art are going to be heading down to New York with PXP Contemporary to take part in the Affordable Art Fair in New York City. Can you tell us a little bit about how this exciting opportunity came to be?
Being here locally, I also aim to work with mostly female creatives, women artists internationally and all over the world. So I actually have been working with these women for years and communicating, and I've shown with PXP Contemporary Gallery a few times. So building those relationships and those friendships. And, I always say, just go for it. I call them be brave days, where you just like feel, when the like birds are chirping and stuff like that, you're like, I could do anything today. Well, on those days you do everything. you decide, yeah, I'm just going to go for it, because the worst thing someone can say to you is no. So this is how this happened. Was I've always wanted to be in an art fair as a creative. But to go independently, it's really challenging, not only financially, but just the logistics of shipping art and displaying it and all of that goes in it. So I wanted to go with a gallery, and I actually just asked Alicia at PXP Contemporary Gallery. I said, would you ever consider representing me as an artist in one of your trips to the art fairs? And she's like, yeah, I'll consider you. Thank you. We're doing one in the fall and we're going to one in the spring of 2023. I was like, okay, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So working on building that relationship. And then 3 days later, she messaged me and she said, you ask and you shall receive. And it was so great. She's like, would you like to be, we're sharing a wall with another female run gallery for figurative artists. Are you in? And I was like, 1000%. And then I had to pause. I'm like, 1000% my art is in, but I'm not sure, because it's coming up. That was the end of July. It's happening in September. So I'm like, well, I have to see if I can, I have kids, and we're starting art academy at LPSD. So I had to get some things in order to 1000% go. And it came down to not only that, but financially going to New York. Right.
Yeah.
So it really came down to, I just had to. So I figured out a way.
Now, the collection that you're taking down is your Taylor collection. And if people follow you here in Lloydminster, I'm sure they've seen part of this collection or the whole thing. It's been on display here in town. But can you kind of take us through and to describe this collection?
I always aim to support and collaborate with local creatives. We just couldn't do what we do without one another, truly. We have some really special people in our community, and Taylor is one of them. I've been working with her for many, many years. She is a photographer, and she always captures our creativity in the most beautiful way. But she, during the pandemic, because we were locked up. So she did you can see some of them behind me still, but she did a self-portrait series. So she did this photography challenge where she captured herself in different ways, different lighting. And I found it really inspiring, really beautiful. And I was meeting one evening with some other creatives who were actually in the US and some in Canada, and we were all painting, and I kind of did one while we were chatting because
Mhm.
that's what we do. And they're like, you did that right now. And I'm like, yes, I was just like, they're like, you have to keep going. So they pushed me to keep going. And then it turned into a whole collection. And we actually exhibited it locally at Oasis. We had an opening, Oasis Hot Yoga and Spin Studio, and we had a beautiful evening. And Sip Gray's Love did the food, and we had a local musician, and it was just like, it was amazing. And so it's pieces from that collection, which is already shown with PXP Contemporary online. So they chose from that collection to take to New York.
Now, I know you have a big impact here in the community and you're proud of this community. What does it mean for you to be from here in Lloydminster, a prairie girl going out and having this bigger opportunity in the United States on a bigger stage?
I honestly, the last month, I've just kind of been pinching myself because I'm like, how did I get here? How did I get so lucky? Some of them are working with youth in our community, which I'm really, really excited about, to give young people the opportunities that it took so long for me to see them, but to give them those things right away is something I didn't have. So I'm really excited about that. And oh, so many other things. We're working on a really big project that I can't talk a lot about, but people will notice it in the next, it's for
Okay.
next spring. So yeah, there's a secret project there that means more to our community than I can even communicate, but you'll see. And yeah, and continuing to work with my local creatives. We just did a really big shoot, and you can see it on social media already. It's kind of a secret, but not where it's going. You'll get to see the journey. But it was just such a beautiful experience. So for everyone, continue to work together and continue supporting one another, and yeah, just try things. Just try things, and yeah, every day, like not just big things, but every day to be focused in the moment of what you can do today.
All right, Brandy, thank you so much for sharing all of that with us. It was great to talk with you, and we wish you the best of luck. Congratulations.